Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us this morning. So I was just having a very nice chat with George, and I was telling him that I absolutely know nothing about water, and he replied directly, well, water is taken for granted. And this is exactly what I found out when I started to prepare this introduction. So I was very happy to be engaged with this scientific committee last year when we decided to raise this session around the topic of water, and even more happy to be asked to do some sort of introduction around the topic. Given the very serious presentation we will have afterwards, I will now provide you with a very light overview of the role of water across history and also its utility to society. Don't expect me to answer any scientific question because I will be just totally not able to. But I'm very happy to present you what I found because I think it's a passionate subject. So I will give you a very light historical background, some facts about health. I would like to raise some initiative too because there has been a lot of very great projects across the world, so I really would like to draw your attention on some of them. And then I will very briefly speak about the future, very briefly. So since water is absolutely essential to us and to life, it should not be surprising that it has been an important part of the human history. Most of the great ancient civilization depended on a particular source of water, so it was really a tool of power and safety in the sense of security. Water facilitated relatively rapid transportation prior to about 1850 CE, Common Era. Water was a fundamental aspect of the era of exploration and discovery from the late 15th through the 18th century, even after. But the role of water in the civilization started to shift at that time. It became really a tool of innovation, while before it was more considered as a tool of power. Finally, water was also thought to be an essential aspect of the Industrial Revolution in all kinds of manufacturing progress. Water supplies and sanitation has been a primary logistical challenge since very, very early on. This is an example of a water flushing toilet which has been found very early on BC. I'm not even seeing the numbers because it's something that goes back very far back. And over the millennia, technology has dramatically increased the distance across which water can be relocated. But the availability of clean and fresh water remains a limiting factor on the size and density of population centers and is expected to remain so into the foreseeable future. In 2030, 47% of the world population will be living in areas of high water stress. Most population growth will occur in developing countries, mainly in regions that are already experiences this water stress, and also in areas with limited access to safe drinking water and adequate sanitation facilities. Where water resources or infrastructure or sanitation system are insufficient for the population, people fall prey to disease, dehydration, and in extreme case, death. This is a very nice picture from 1939 that tried to illustrate this concept of the primary role of water in health, which was not very well known at that time, showing various ways that typhoid bacteria can contaminate a water well. The current study of water intake on human health include overall pattern of intake understanding, factors linked with intake, and water homeostasis mechanism. Study also covers effect of variation in water intake on health and energy intake, weight, human performances, and cognitive functioning. as alertness or sleep quality. There has been some initiative across the world, and I would like to bring to your attention one of ILSI initiative in this area of water and safety in relation to nutrition. So in 2001, ILSI Japan partners with the National Institute of Health in Vietnam to launch a project that was called SWAN. Collaborative, multi-effort among engineers to focus on disease and nutrition understanding, trying to bring some education and also to raise the knowledge. So the project was both encompassing the understanding of the problem and also how to make, to raise awareness about how to address this issue. The project was also focusing on enabling local communities to use existing community assets to create and maintain a safe and sustainable water supplies. So not only about education, but also to provide tools and leverage the way people could learn to actually increase the water supply and the accessibility to water supply. So how they can learn and then use this knowledge to improve their health and life. It was also focused to improve recognition of the importance of drinking water, food hygiene and nutrition, as well as sanitation at the household level. I just would like to provide a very brief timeline because I thought this project was really powerful in the sense that it started in 2001 and then go on. There were several steps, which I won't detail. But back in 2015, ILSI Japan actually synergized with ILSI Southeast Asia region. And they started to work with more several partners, as you can see, a very prestigious partner as the Minister of Education in Southeast Asia, as well as organizational regional center for food and nutrition, and some local foundation as well, and engineering consultants. So the project grew bigger and bigger. Right now, 2016, ILSI Japan and ILSI Southeast Asia hope to begin full implementation of this project in test location in Indonesia. So going from education to implementing pilot into full educational program now, which is quite powerful because it will encompass more than 100,000 population. Global initiatives like SWAN found many of the same circumstances of lack of safe water and health issue. Inadequate treatment facilities and procedure, low public awareness of the importance of safe water, which falls back to what George was saying before, it's taken for granted, food hygiene, nutrition, and sanitation. In the future, of course, as always, further investigation is required about the extent to which water intake might be important for disease prevention and health promotion, especially in younger population. Indeed, as for children under 5, water and sanitation-related diseases are one of the leading causes of death. Over 800 children die per day from preventable disease caused by poor water and a lack of sanitation and hygiene. Initiatives like SWAN and also initiatives led by the ONU, UNICEF, and other global, prestigious global community are improving access to clean water and reducing malnutrition, raising awareness and implementing educational tools. For example, Water Project H20O focus on education. It's an initiative that was raised in Italy that bring together children and different schools to create books and video about the necessity of being careful about water, to encourage a greater education and understanding of the situation related to water resources in our world today and the issue related to its use, to its exploitation, and to its limited supply. So all these students actually work all together, aged from 6 to 16, so very young, very early on, to promote the water. You see, because water is a precious resource and we need to be careful not to waste it. I am about to be done with this introduction. As I said, it was just a very light overview to bring you your attention to this beautiful topic, actually. And the session will now get into very much technical details, which I am happy to hear about. As George pointed before, there will be a follow-up session next year, and we definitely hope that this session today will bring a lot of awareness and will encourage you to come with us next year to hear more.